Good afternoon, everybody. Time for another BrickBucks update. Once again, my name is Jim, and this is where we talk about Lego investing and reselling. So this video is a request by somebody over in our public Facebook group. He said, "Hey Jim, do you think you could do a video on damaged sets? We've had a lot of people talk recently on the public Facebook group, and we also have a lot of new people that we've welcomed. Maybe we should address this." And I said, you know what? I think that's a good idea. So before we go into our scenarios and talk a little bit more about damaged sets, I do want to point everybody to brickbucks.net, where June of last year, I put out an article and it was titled "How to Handle Damaged Sets in Your Reselling Business." So I encourage you to go ahead and check it out. Now, before we get into the scenarios, when it comes to damaged sets, I would like to give everybody that has problems with the damaged sets this box of tissue, so you can wipe away your tears and not let your damaged sets distract you too much. I'm just kidding, kind of, but here's the thing. I want to be very clear. Whenever somebody gets a damaged set, they have every right to be angry, right? They are putting their own money, their own capital into their business, and they have a certain expectation. Well, guess what? Sometimes that expectation is not met. You are selling retail items, just like Target, Walmart, even Amazon. They have, as you already know, their own lot of damaged sets, and that is something that they have to deal with. You could do a few things, and I'm going to, make a suggestion here. One of the things that you should not do is get too bent out of shape over it, although you do have the right to be upset. Something else, when it comes to our Facebook group, and of course we encourage everybody to post whatever they want to, Lego business related, of course. Whenever somebody posts something about a damaged set, they should ask themselves, how will this serve the community, right? Because there are some people that post information on damaged sets that is useful, right? I think maybe back in December during Q4, Zavvi had a box shortage, right? There was that horrific post about that one person that I believe bought 6 or 8 Lamborghinis, Lego Lamborghinis, and Zavvi didn't have boxes to put them in, so they just shrink wrapped that bad boy, stuck some shipping stickers to it, have a nice day, and when it went to that reseller's house, it was damaged. I felt terrible. So that kind of information is good, right? That helps us say to ourselves, maybe we shouldn't purchase from Zavvi during this time. There was a reseller recently who shared on the Patreon Facebook group that he purchased, I think, 40 gingerbread houses, and most of them were damaged, and he purchased them from Walmart. That was good information for us, because maybe we shouldn't purchase gingerbread houses from Walmart over the next couple of months, right? So all of that is good information. Now, venting just to vent on damaged boxes, I really wouldn't recommend, because it happens to all of us. I've talked about this, not ad nauseum, but close to ad nauseum in the past. But I want to put the numbers out there. I want to walk with you and show various scenarios to kind of let you know that, well, of course you have every right to be upset. In the end, you really need to ask yourself, is it really a big deal that I got a few damaged sets? Now, I have shared in the past that if I had to put a percentage on the damaged sets that I have, I would say about every 0.5% of Lego sets that I purchased come damaged, okay? I am going to use an extreme. In these scenarios, I'm going to have 5% of my inventory is going to be damaged. And even at 5%, I want to illustrate to you how it really isn't that big of a deal. Now, here's the thing. If you're a new reseller and you are very mindful of damaged sets, and very paranoid that you may get a damaged set, and you want to do whatever you want to do to prevent getting a damaged set, you just may want to go out to Target, you may want to go out to Walmart and wherever, and put your hands on these sets and purchase them yourself. If you're a new reseller, most of the time, you don't have a lot of capital. So buying 100 sets of undamaged Lego sets should be a fairly easy thing for you to do. But let's go ahead and walk through these scenarios so you could see that damaged sets, in the end, while it shouldn't happen, is really, small stuff and you shouldn't sweat it. Okay, now we're looking at Amazon scenario 1, right? We have purchased 100 Minecraft's The Nether Fight, set number 21139, for $11.99. Regular retail price is $14.99. And congratulations, we have sold that set, all of them, for $71.67 each. That's great, right? And in addition to that, we also have an Amazon return on investment of 498%. That is awesome. That brings our cash value from somewhere around $1,200 to $7,167. That is great news. Congratulations to you, congratulations to me. We sold 100 of those sets. It's wonderful. Now let's say 5 of those Minecraft sets were damaged. So here we go. We have 5 Minecraft sets that are damaged. We did sell 95 exactly the way we should have, right? And instead of those sets selling for $71.67, we took a little bit of a hit, right? We sold it for $35. Now, in reality, these sets will probably go for more than $35. But I wanted to go a little bit to the extreme to show how much of a big deal having damaged sets really is not. So we sell all of our damaged sets for $175. That is a difference of $183.35, or 3% of what we normally would have had. Now let me tell you, that 3%, I had to round up to 3%. It was actually below 3%. I think it was, 2.6 something. But in the end, you need to ask yourself, is it really worth getting worked up over $183.35? That's something that only you can decide. Now, my eBay friends, I certainly have not forgotten you in this video. In this scenario, we went ahead and again, we sold 100 of the Minecraft Nether Fight set, and good for us, right? We sold on eBay for $50. That's a return on investment of 317%. Amazing, right? We now have a cash value of $5,000. But in this scenario, guess what? 5 of those units were damaged. That's unfortunate, but guess what? We were still able to sell them. So instead of having a cash value at the end of $5,000, we have a cash value of $4,850, which, if you do the simple math, of course, comes out to $150 or 3%. Once again, I had to round up to 3%. It's actually less than 3%, but I will round up, and it is 3%. So I do want to share with you that, damaged sets, of course, are not good, but it certainly is not the end of the world. I know for me, I would be celebrating the fact that I made thousands of dollars out of $1,200 versus, oh my gosh, I lost $150. Isn't that terrible? Okay, now let's go to the other side of the spectrum. Instead of having an inexpensive set like a Minecraft set, we're going to go ahead and use the Creator Expert Downtown Diner as an example. Regular retail price on that is $169.99. I decided to give everybody a 10% discount on all 100 units, right? This is a set that really hasn't been discounted that much, but if you know what you're doing, I'm sure you could have worked hard and got 10% off, okay? So long story short, you turn those 100 units, which was somewhere around $15,200, to a cash value of $32,000, and you have a return on investment of 109%. That's amazing. Good for you. Now, in this scenario, of course, we have 5 damaged sets, and that gives us a difference of $600, right? So when you look at the $600, which, of course you have the right to be upset with, but how much of a big deal is it? You're only talking about 2%, my friends. That really is not a big deal. I know for me, I would be celebrating the fact that I was able to turn somewhere around $15,000 into $31,400, and I would be doing jumping jacks. I think it's great. Now again, you eBay folks, I certainly haven't forgot you. Over on eBay, you sold 100 of your units for $315 each, which was a return on investment of 106%, and then you had a cash value of $31,500. That's great. Congratulations. Now, whenever we do sell 5%, keep in mind 5%, you should definitely not have 5% of your sets being damaged. If there is, then there's a problem somewhere. I'm not sure what's going on with that. But you went ahead and you decided to sell those 5 damaged sets. And of course, you did not reach your goal of $31,500. However, you only lost $715 and change, or a difference about 2%. This is what I would recommend. So if it were me, I would not necessarily be focused on the damaged sets and the amount of money that I didn't purchase. In this scenario, I would be more focused on, I need to purchase more sets, similar to Minecraft, and less modular sets, so I could have a higher % return on investment. Because that Minecraft set, as you saw, had a very high return on investment as compared to the Downtown Diner, which was in the low 100% return on investment. So I hope you can see that, when it does come to damaged sets, it really isn't the end of the world. For myself, I really don't even acknowledge it. Whenever I open a box and I see a damaged set, I'm like, okay, I just put it over there. Maybe if my business ever gets big enough, I'll just go ahead and I'll be selling pallets of just damaged, unopened Lego sets, and I could sell that to somebody and they could part it out or do whatever. So that's it. Selling these sets is not necessarily the only answer. You could, if you wanted to, part them out. You could just take it as a loss. Of course, talk to a tax professional. I'm not somebody that you should take any tax advice off of, but I hope I was able to illustrate to you that it really is not the end of the world. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Once again, I'm Jim with BrickBucks.net. Always, my friends, go out there and get it.